Hey, welcome to My Two Cents. I'm Mychaeltodd. I didn't get a chance to wish you guys a Happy New Year, so I'm going to take this time to do it. Happy New Year to everybody. Tomorrow is February the 1st, and the great thing about February is the opportunity and the chance that I get to retire. I'm retiring early. I'll be 62 in May, and legally you can retire at 61 as long as it's like 90 days before your birthday. So I'll be putting in the paper. I probably can't put in the paperwork on Saturday. I tried to do it last week. They wouldn't allow me to do it. So I'm thinking that I probably won't be able to do that until Monday. But yeah, I'm going to retire early. The reason that I'm retiring early, I'm not trying to sit around and wait till 65 to collect Social Security because it might not be around. Am I going to continue to stop working? No, I'll still be doing things like interior design, my Fig Leaf Film and Media ministry that I do. I'll probably continue to write, and that's one of the things that's on my bucket list. I want to continue to write and sell the movie rights. But before I go into all that stuff, there's been so much happening this year, and we already know that a lot of stuff happened last year. I want to start by giving my condolences to the Bryant family. You never know the time or the place. And I just think that a lot of us are fortunate to still be here. We look at all these people that have millions and millions of dollars, and what we see from the outside looking in, that they just have a fabulous life. And sometimes we even look at friends who think that they have a fabulous life and there's nothing going on and nothing can happen to them and they're untouchable. Everything's always works out fine for them. But, when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. There's nothing you can do about it. There's no amount of money that you can have that's going to prevent you from having to leave the face of this earth. So you might as well do everything that you want to while you're here. And I say that to say this. I think that I've had a pretty blessed life. And I say that to say this is that everything that I've ever wanted to do, I've been able to do it. Whether if I succeeded at it, I failed at it, I was able to do it. And I always tell people all the time, nothing beats a failure but a try. You'll never know if you can do it if you don't try. So get out there and do it. I mean, you may fall down a few times. People might even tell you that, that's not for you, you shouldn't do that. Don't listen to those people. Listen to your heart. And if it's your passion to be an opera singer, a rap singer, you go out and try it. There's all kind of things in the community that's happening that you can be a part of. Community film, you can just try it. Whatever you want to do in life, just try it. Don't sit back 10 years from now and say, oh, I should have did this, I should have did that. Yeah, this weekend I had the opportunity to go down to Los Angeles with some friends of mine, and they have a nephew. His name is Schoolboy Q. He's a rapper. And I could have had the opportunity to go out there and, stay with him and visit his family. He's on tour, so he wouldn't have been at home, but his girlfriend was there. And I could have met them and did all that, but I had so many other things that's on my plate that I have to do, and I know those opportunities will happen again. I would have went there because for the simple fact that I like interior design, so I wanted to see his mansion in Calabasas and to see that if I could offer her any kind of help. I don't like to lose out on those opportunities, but sometimes, when business is calling, you need to stay at home or stick around and do what you have to do. And at this time in me and Kevin's life, we're getting ready to downsize. So I'm looking to find a smaller home and even some property that we can rent out, some income property. So those are the different things that's on my plate. So as I'm getting ready to retire at 62, I'm happy about it. I'm in perfect health. I got a little bit of arthritis. I take a high blood pressure pill, and really that's it. I don't take anything else. I'm fine. And even if I miss a day of taking my arthritis pill, I'm fine because I just get up and I just work it out. I just move around until I just get that out of my arm or my hip or whatever, and I don't complain about it because complaining doesn't do anything. If I need to complain about it, I have a doctor that I can go see and I can complain to my doctor about it. I'm not going to wake up in the morning and tell Kevin, oh, Kevin, this hurt, that hurts, it's unnecessary. Some of the things that I've been talking about last year and this year, people thought that I was really talking about Lizzo really negatively. I don't. I'm not a fan of Lizzo's music, and I don't dislike her. But what I don't like that she does is that the girl is talented. I know she's talented because I've watched some of her interviews on TV where she's went back to the schools that she graduated from, and I know some of her story where she had to sleep in her car and she had it rough. But just because you're a big girl, you don't have to walk around half naked and show your body all the time. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Everybody don't want to see that. You save it for the person that you're with. I don't know why people think that they have to walk around half naked and expose their bodies and stuff to be famous. I think what's more sexy to me is when a person is they're clothed and they look good, look like they might smell good, and they got all that going on. But as far as wearing stuff that's too tight for you, that's for anybody. I mean, it could be a muscle builder. It could be what's the guy's name, Dwayne Johnson. If he got on a shirt that's too tight, it's like we already know he got a nice body. He doesn't have to wear a shirt that's super tight. I mean, why? I mean, the brother looks so when he wears a suit and a tie. I mean, he looks in any of his clothes. I'm not saying anything bad about The Rock. The Rock look good, period. Whatever he puts on, he looks good. But I'm just saying he's not running around here wearing his little brother's shirt. And Lizzo running around, showing her butt in public and wearing a bikini. I don't care if it was a private beach. It looked like strips of material covering up stuff. Everybody thinks that, I'm bashing her because, she's a big girl. I'm a big boy. I'm not bashing her. I just I just wanted to know from, if she has any kind of friends that's around her who really care for her and really love her, they would pull the girl to the side and say, sister, you know what, tone it down. What's really going on? There's some issues there. And then she made a statement, she wants the world to kiss her ass, or she wants people to, really? I'm just saying, really? My California sister called me from Sacramento, and she was like, what's your problem with Lizzo? I was like, I said, hold up. I said, I know, Miss, I'm not on Facebook, I don't watch nothing, but as soon as I post something, I'm telling you, not just her, but as soon as I post something that somebody got a problem with, especially people that's friends of mine, all those people say, I don't watch Facebook, I'm not on Facebook, they be the first ones to call me. Seriously. So all y'all saying y'all not on Facebook and all that stuff, come on, y'all know y'all be spying. Y'all be spying on people. You're sitting in the background watching stuff, and that's fine. If that's what you want to do it, okay? So Liz, I'm just saying, sister, you're too intelligent, you're too pretty of a girl to think that you have to run around here and bear all that. And like people say, I ain't got to look at it. I can't help but see it when it's thrown up on the screen. I'm sitting there watching TV, and next thing you know, Lizzo, boom. I was like, oh, wow. Let's see who else has been in the news. I can't think of too many other things that I really want to talk about that's really newsworthy. The Trump stuff, I got a feeling that Trump is probably not going to be kicked out of office. He's probably going to run for re-election. And the only way that we're ever going to beat him is to vote. So everybody out there who doesn't want Trump in office, and those who want Trump in office, I say vote. I'm not going to make my platform a political thing, because if you think about it, all these famous people in the world that we like, did you hear them on their platforms talking about they don't like Trump and Trump's not this and Trump's not that? There's a lot of Republicans that are people of color that you don't know about. And they're not going to talk about that because they don't want to mess up their bag. They don't want to mess up their income. I would think that, they would stand up and say, listen, this person is not doing anything for us. He's not helping the country. I think he's friends with Russia, blah, blah, blah. They're not saying anything because they've probably been advised by their attorneys. It's just better for you to just keep your mouth shut so you won't lose those Republican fans, those independent fans, and some of those Democrat fans, because, a lot of people don't want to hear about your political views. They just want to hear about your talent. So when you get up in a church and you talk about different things that I may find offensive, if that person gets up in a church and they talk about different things that I find that they shouldn't be talking about, but I like them as a pastor, and they get political or they get racist or homophobic, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm cutting them off. So they pretty much play to their paycheck, so to speak. They keep their mouth shut. I've seen where Oprah Winfrey has invested in a restaurant, and one of her restaurants is, I think it's called Healthy Food or Good Foods or Good Eats or something like that. She has, there's a couple of them. There's one in Scottsdale and one in Phoenix, and I want to go check that out. But speaking of Oprah, she's not one of those people walking around here saying negative things about Donald Trump. She might say it at her table, her breakfast table, but she's not going on the air saying a bunch of negative things. I was on Twitter, and it's just irked me. Every time Donald Trump had something to say, I had to reply. Every time Jim Jordan, from the Republican from Ohio, had something negative to say about President Obama or the Democratic Party, I had something negative to say. And I would post stuff about him when he was a coach at Ohio State and all those boys were sexually taken advantage of by another coach, and he was there and he didn't do anything about it. I would post something that had some, and Twitter put my ass on suspension. I was like, wait a minute, why can't I say anything? Now, those are my political views, and when I found out that Twitter had put me on suspension, suspended my account, I pretty much gave it dust, because I'm not on Twitter that much, so I would go back and check every now and then. So finally, I just appealed it. I said, who are you to censor me about my political views? And you have to think about it. Some of those people that censor you, they're Republicans. They're working for Google, Facebook, Twitter, or whoever. And when they censor you, trust me, they have a political agenda. So it's easy for them to say, oh, they're talking about somebody I like, let me just go ahead and suspend their account. And they want, retaliate, And finally, I was like, screw this, let me say something. And a couple of days later, which was recently, really, I was unsuspended. It just goes to show you, you give people power and how it can be abused. And that's exactly what I guess Donald Trump has done, that the Democratic Party and some Republicans are upset about, is that, you got in office and you feel that you can do anything that you want to, and you can't. What else has been going on? I can't think of too much more. My family's fine. My brothers and sisters are doing fine. And I am still working on my second book. So bear with me. If there's anybody out there who got some connections to selling movie rights, holler at your boy. I went to San Francisco recently. A friend of mine who used to work for me. I used to own a hair salon in San Francisco called Divas Only, and he was one of the #1 hairdressers in the Bay Area. His name was Edwin Puche Hines. We all called him Puche, and some people called him Eddie. A friend of mine named Diane Bro, she always called him Eddie, and I didn't realize that until I got there, and she referred to him as Eddie. And I remember, she used to call him Eddie, but I was able to meet his. He has 3 children. I met both of his sons. And they've all grown up, nice men, nice looking men, and seem to be, have their business in order and stuff like that. But it's, when I found out that Pucci had died, I was like, oh my God, he's about the same age that I am. And come to find out that his sister lived in Arizona. She lived in the same community that I did for a while until she moved to another city. But I was able to get in contact with her. I was able to go to the memorial service. I was able to get up and speak about Edwin, and just say that he was one of a kind. Everybody who knew Pucci knew that he was always late. And I'll take it back. He wasn't always late. There was times that he worked for me that he was on time and sometimes early. So he wasn't always late, but the majority of the time, the brother was late to work. But we miss him. We love him. Pastor Yvette Flunder had the memorial service at her church and in Oakland, City of Refuge. And all the people that showed up, I was glad to see them. I hadn't seen them in years. Some people I hadn't seen in 20 years. I stayed in San Francisco at my attorney's house. His name is Joaquin McCoy. If you ever need a good civil rights attorney and somebody that'll fight for you, hire Joaquin McCoy. I actually put Joaquin McCoy on the map, and I make it a point of letting people know I put him on the map. I gave him his first case that went nationwide. Anyway, people, I'm going to start doing more of my 2 cents, but until, I'm officially retired in May, I'm going to be doing some other things because, like I said, I have other things that I have to do in my home to get ready to downsize and just make plans for the future. You know, I want to go to Germany this year. I got friends who live there, friends who own businesses there, friends that are married that live there, and I want to be able to go visit. I've never been out of the country. You know, I watch Facebook and I see people going to Zimbabwe, Paris, you know, Germany, Australia, and I've never been out of the country, so I want to be able to do that. That's on my bucket list. So, hell, I might go to Germany and stay. Wouldn't that be nice? But anyway, I just want to say a shout out to everybody who's stood by me, to all the people that's purchased my book, Hey Puddin', Some Things Just Don't Change. Hey Puddin' Things. You can get the book on Amazon.com, and you can also get the book on BarnesandNoble.com. So hopefully I'll be able to do some in-depth interviews soon, and I'll be able to get some good stories, breaking news stories, if things work out the way that I plan on working out. And I don't have anything else to say except, you know, you guys have a wonderful year. I'm glad I was able to get this in today in January before February pops up. Again, nothing beats a failure but a try. You guys take care.